Some of you may have seen my first impressions video the other day for the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. I've had a chance now to do a much deeper dive into some of the features it offers. I can't run through them all today on this video because that would take a very long time. There's really no end to what this sort of supercomputer in the palm of your hand has to offer. So yeah, as we discussed the other day, this is the titanium grey version. We've got the titanium around the edge and the very, very tough, scratch resistant Corning Gorilla Glass armour on the screen there now, on that completely flat screen. So yeah, that and the matching pen are sort of the only real super noticeable differences over the last couple of generations of S series Ultra handsets. Although we do now, of course, have that 5 times zoom lens as opposed to the 10 times last year. But as opposed to that 10 times lens, which was only 10 megapixels, this one's 50 megapixels, much higher resolution. So yeah, if we just go into the phone and do a little screen record for you, I can actually show you some of the amazing things that you can now do with this phone and with that camera. So yeah, speaking of the zoom, so if we have a little look at this picture of some birds I took from quite some distance away at the estuary the other day, and then this is the zoomed in shot, so we're getting a lot more detail there, which is, it's pretty amazing for a for a phone camera to be able to do that. And they've improved the stability of that camera as well, so even when you're doing like the real long 30 times to 100 times zoom, it's easier to get whatever it is that you're looking at in shot, because they've really improved the stability there. What other things can I show you? Well, director's mode is no more. So this was the option that when you're filming, you could use the selfie camera at the same time as the forward-facing lens. When I say it's no more, they now call it dual mode. And if I can show you this demonstration of it here with old Doggo, you'll see that up in the corner there, we've got that wide shot. But you can now choose whichever lens you like for that dual mode, whichever combination of lenses. So I've got a much closer shot and a wide shot there. I could have had me, but that would have just been a picture of me looking at him. So yeah, don't really need that. Let's get into some of the AI features now as well. So I've got a picture of Mike Hosking and former Prime Minister Chris Hipkins that's just floating around on my phone. You know how it goes. So if we edit that, and I've pushed the wrong button again, that's not the one I want. Here we go. If I edit that, bring up the object eraser, and let's take him out, erase that. And so we've got rid of Mike Hosking's head. Here's my head I prepared earlier. See how easy we can swap around from one photo to another. We'll go back to this one. And if we just resize that, if I zoom in, there we go. And just like that, we've got a nice picture of me and the former Prime Minister there instead. So yeah, all that happens, you can see how fast this phone works, because it's got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for mobile on Galaxy. something like that. So it's a very zoopy doopy processor, and a lot of that stuff's happening on board as well with the Galaxy's own neural processor, chugging away, and all that stuff happens so fast. But that's not all. There's a lot more that we can do here as well. So, for example, my daughter sent me this picture of her dinner last night, as you do. We can now circle to search because I didn't know where she was, and I thought that looks like a nice dinner. I wonder where I can go to get a dinner like that. So if I just circle that pizza there, and then you'll see immediately at the bottom of the screen I'm getting suggestions of places near me where I can go and get a similar pizza just like that. I've been to some of those restaurants, they're good restaurants. So yeah, that all happens so quickly. Now, interestingly, if you try and do that with a person, there won't be any real useful results, although if I can do this, and then I'll get suggestions for similar looking glasses if you think my glasses look cool. So yeah, you can't stalk me online using Circle to Search, but you can look for the things that I'm wearing, or the perhaps the devices that I'm using. So yeah, that's all some pretty crazy stuff. I'm running out of time in this video, and there's so many things that I want to show you, but let's just talk about some of the translation options that we have here. So if we go to Live Transcribe, and we can talk now, and it'll just record everything I say. So this is ideal for if you're in a lecture, in a meeting, and you can't be bothered taking notes. Who can? Now the phone will do that for you with no problems at all. And of course then you can copy that, paste that, send that off. So yeah, that's all easily accessible from the notifications window. But one of the really amazing things that the AI allows you to do, Galaxy AI allows you to do now, is the interpreter. So you download the language packs that you need. So presumably some kind of English, and then perhaps you're doing business with somebody overseas. Or you're going overseas, perhaps you're traveling. I've got relatives who are in Japan at the moment, so I've got the Japanese pack here, so I can literally I can talk into here and translate that for anybody in Japan who might be listening.
私はここで話し、日本の誰でもそれを翻訳することができます。誰が聞いているでしょうか?
You see how fast that is, and you can also see here that it is written that out as well. And so, yes, we can flip that around to show them the transcript of what you've just said if they didn't understand the voice that was on the phone as well. Amazingly, you can even do this on phone calls. You can get a live translation into another language. So if you're calling somebody on the other side of the world and they can't understand you, you can translate that as you go. So, I mean, pretty crazy. The whole phone is pretty crazy. It would need to be pretty crazy because it's available for a crazy price. It starts at $2,449. So yeah, nearly $2,500 for a phone. I don't know if you're willing to pay that, but if these are the kind of features that you want, that you need to be able to do all that amazing photo editing, on the fly, you get amazing nightography photos at nighttime, the best zoom, of any phone I've used. The battery life. The battery life's crazy. I've been putting it on my charger at night, and it's still got about 70% charge left. So you'll sail through 2 days of normal use, no worries, which is pretty amazing for a large screen power device like this. But yeah, there are just so many features. I've obviously outlined a lot more, in the review itself, but I just wanted to show you some of the ones that I'm really excited about in this video. And if you've got the budget, or you can convince your boss that you need the budget, what an amazing upgrade this Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra would be.